Yes, 3-2, Man United win. And what a win. Great performance, great game. 3-2 win. We knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup. Built some confidence going into the next games. And a better performance than the league match. Created more chances. We were more threatening. And ultimately delivered the result that we would have loved to have had in the league. 3-2 win. Guys, thank you for joining Red Devils United. We're live and we've just won a great game, thankfully. And, hopefully this leads to better results to come. Just checking and making sure that our feed that we have is currently live. Just bear with me for one moment. Hopefully, we may get some people being able to join us in today's video. And, the Liverpool fans were watching, the Liverpool fans were, they joined us in the pre-match video, but they may not return for the post-game. So we'll just have to wait and see. Bear with me, I'll just double check. We'll see. They might pop in and join us. But if not, we will go as we are. So we have some comments. Well done, son. So the other John Tolan, the dad. Yes, a great win. A great win for United. We're through. And unfortunately for John Tolan, here it is here. For John Tolan's, there we go. So we go like this. There we go. John Toland Sr., his other son, unlucky to my other son, is a Liverpool fan who joined us in the pre-game video. And no doubt he's kicking himself. Liverpool had good periods, moments in the game where they looked on top, but United looked far more threatening for me throughout the game. I mean, the chance we have in the first half, 0-0, Greenwood's going forward, doesn't cut the ball back for Van der Beek. He has about 2, 3, 4 moments in which he could have put the ball into Van der Beek's path, and ultimately he gets greedy and shoots. It's just very, very poor decision making from Greenwood. Van der Beek also is true one-on-one, and he stops the ball, holds up the play, slows everything down, and goes backwards. Things like that. There are reasons he's not going to be able to start ahead of Bruno or Pogba, because ultimately he's just not got his confidence, or he's needs to work on his decision making. But it is what it is. What we can say is Pogba had a great performance, BBC man of the match. Bruno comes on, scores a wonderful free kick, wins the game. Rashford, great assist, great goal. Greenwood, great assist, great goal. Both academy players that we've brought in ourselves cost €0 and pounds. What more can you say? You've got academy players winning games. Paul Pogba, and also an academy player, granted, one we bought back after he went to Juve for a few years, but still a product of the United Academy, man of the match. And then Bruno, Paddy said it before the game, he's one of our star men, one of the men you can't really leave out. He comes off the bench and he gets the winner with a stunning free kick. By the way, which was a free kick. It goes without saying. Fabinho comes through the back of Cavani's leg. It can't be argued. He just knees him in the back of his thigh. He just comes right through it. It's a penalty. Well, not a penalty. It's a free kick. And that really, it's very hard to try and dispute something like that. I have to say, I'm so impressed with the United performance. They came out and they were a lot better in this game than they were in the previous matches. Just bear with me. I'm just seeing if anybody of the Liverpool flavor will join us live. but it looks like they may not. We'll have a quick look here. No, it does not seem like the Liverpool fans are interested in joining us. We'll send an invite to a couple of other Liverpool fans to see if they have any interest in discussing the match. But it does seem unlikely because they lost, and yeah, it seems like they are extremely sore losers, which is unfortunate. But for us, United fans, great win. I have to say, what a match. You look at the league game, right? Very tentative. United sat back. They sat within themselves. They had Fred and McTominay playing. Two defensive midfielders made things very, very difficult for ourselves. And in this game, we went with one defensive midfielder. And in doing so, we gave ourselves far more attacking options. And within that, then, we ultimately get the win. 3-2. And proved of the two teams that we're playing today, Man United are currently the better team. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Love to know what you guys think. I thought Greenwood had a good game with a rough start. I think he gets too greedy. I think his decision-making needs to be worked on. That moment in the first half that really, really rubbed me up the wrong way was when he was true and he could have cut it back and he decided to shoot. But his goal was brilliant, well taken, great chest control, great strike, great goal. And then he gets the assist for Rashford, who had the assist for him, but he gets the assist for Rashford, who also takes his goal really, really well. Great touch. And then the way he shapes his body around the ball to just side foot it past Alisson. Who's a great keeper. And if you ask a Liverpool fan, Alisson is the best keeper in the Premier League. So to side foot a shot past him with such ease. Yeah, really, really nice. So we're winning. I believe we have Ian Hughes watching. He's sent me a photo and he's watching from what looks like a very nice hotel room. So thank you, Ian Hughes. Appreciate the support, buddy. We are through to the next round of the FA Cup, which in itself, it's all right. It's a bit of fun. But we knocked Liverpool out. And that's what's awesome. That's what's really cool. We smashed Liverpool 3-2. And Paddy owes me 50 quid. Paddy owes me 50 quid. And I'll take that whenever he's ready. Ian Hughes is in Germany watching the game, but still don't miss the JT show. Some game to watch, man. Thank you so much, Ian. Great. Love the support. Appreciate it, buddy. I do this for people like you. It was a good game. And I had to say, I'm very, very, very critical of Van der Beek, okay? I mean, when you look at him, you buy him 40 million or whatever the cost is, and it's tough. I mean, it's hard on the lad. He's not trying. And let's put this to bed. He's not trying to get in ahead of Fred or McTominay. He's not a defensive midfielder. He's not trying to get in ahead of Matic, okay? Fred and McTominay will play together in certain games, and Matic will play on his own in certain games. And sometimes Matic will play with Fred, or Matic will play with Pogba, or Pogba will play with Fred. That's the way it works. But Van der Beek is competing with Bruno and Pogba, and that makes it ultimately extremely difficult to get any kind of a game time. excited to be joined by Steve and his little boy. Hello.
Yeah, say hello. Hello. Now say
Hello. Who do you support?
Go on. There's the other little monkey.
Hey, monkey, how you doing?
Right, go on. Sit down, quick down.
Good lad. Good lad. Steve, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Obviously, after a loss, probably not the easiest. Paddy has not.
Give me a second, John, because
you take your time. When you come back in, I'll know, and I'll drag you back in again.
No, it's all right. Stop them now, I think.
All right. Yeah. So tell me, just off the bat, what are your thoughts?
As Marino once said, I think the best team lost.
Well, I actually say I thought it was extremely 50-50. You know, the stats were like 51%, 49%, something like, I think the shots on target were the exact same when it came up within the match. I think it was like 7 corners to 6 corners or something. It was all very, very 50-50.
Yeah, I just look. It was individual errors that cost us. Williams at the back got caught out, and like I said before about Jones, he was actually level with Greenwood for the forced equaliser, and then he ends up being about 25 yards behind him, and Robbo's within 2 yards of him when he put the ball in the net.
Yeah.
So look, simple little errors that cost us.
Yeah, and they do. I mean, it cost us. You look at the Salah goal. Lindelof and Shaw were very, very poor.
Yeah, look.
And Lindelof is in the wrong position. I mean, I was watching it going, why is Lindelof and Shaw? Why had Lindelof and Maguire for that like period of play? They got caught in each other's position. Very strange.
Yeah, listen. When you look at the team, when you break Liverpool down, they've Henderson, Matip, Van Dijk, Mane was on the bench. Just missing 4 or 5 players. That's what ultimately costs us.
Yeah,
I know.
Huge.
I know Matip wasn't, like, as I said before. I think he was rested because he's prioritising Spurs. Henderson.
We'll know as soon as the lineup against Spurs is picked. And
He'd definitely start.
We'll know there and then.
Yeah, no, he'd definitely be starting. There was no way, if he's only coming back from his abductor or whatever he had, one of his many injuries. He was out. I never thought he was going to definitely start.
Yeah, I mean, what's the crack with Henderson's injury? What
I don't know. I didn't know before the match, and I don't know now. So Paddy, I think, said previously it was something to do with his thigh. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a muscle thing, thigh, or if it's a groin thing, I don't know, but like that could be more than one match.
Yeah. Look, I think Klopp could have taken Thiago. There was when Pogba dived in the box that time when he made his run down the right hand our left. Thiago went to run with him, and he actually ran, and he just stuck his head up and sort of sauntered in into the box. Thiago should have went off then. He was tired. He's only sort of back.
Yeah, he hasn't started many games. He started maybe one match. The United, maybe the Burnley.
He started Southampton, and he started Villa against Villa's kids.
Yeah, so I mean, he's been injured for a long time. He's had a couple of starts. He's really getting himself match fit. Maybe 90 minutes at that pace is not ready yet.
Yeah, he should have taken him off sooner. You could see it in his legs. He wasn't up to it. I thought Milner did well, actually. Look, it was. I don't like to blame kids, but it was 2 kids that I think that made mistakes, and that's what we got beat from.
But the game itself, I thought, was good because it was more open. I thought, like, for the first 30 minutes, I think at 40 minutes or 30 minutes, it was 1-1. And I thought that was a good scoreline for the game that was played.
Yeah, half time was fair score. Yeah, it was a fair reflection of the first half.
Yeah.
Second half, I think
was it more enjoyable than the league match, I thought. For me, anyway.
Yeah, but it was scrappier as well. There was a lot of bad football. Like, okay, there was times of good football, but look, with that much space and there's quality players on the pitch, there should be glimpses of quality. I still think it was a poor standard game of football from two teams who are apparently competing for the league.
Yeah, true.
But look, it is what it is. Fair deals. United won. I've no, I can't. I still think it was a soft free kick. But look, it is what it is.
He came to the.
He was
he looks like
he was already on the ground. He was just too
cute. He was spinning. Like, I mean, he was turning, but it does look like Fabinho comes through the back of his knee with his own knee.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think it's soft. I've watched it a few times. What are you fucking laughing at?
getting the link for the actual show out to the lads, just to see if they want to join and watch along, just if they want to check it out. And just to see if increase the audience. It's going to take 2 seconds to share. 1 moment.
At least we can score goals, I suppose. That's a start.
See, that's the thing. Like, I mean, the last game 0-0, and then this game 3-2 of all things. And me and a couple of lads in a fitness group trying to get fit together. And I think somebody posted a few days ago 50 burpees for each goal scored. So if Liverpool scored, United fans within the group had to do 50 burpees, and if the United scored, Liverpool fans. So ultimately, like it's like 100, 150 burpees each. So a lot of goals in this particular game.
Yeah, no, it's look.
Look, I know it's something you've lost. Less enthusiastic on your side. What's the good takeaway that you can take from this into your next league match? Salah scoring twice has to be a good thing.
Yeah, I suppose. Look, I thought Millie actually did quite well. I thought he was one of our better performers actually.
And he has been on the bench in recent league games, has he?
Jesus, that's a good question. I don't know actually. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's been starting for you. I haven't actually seen much of him, to be honest. But
he's great to have around, full stop. But anyway.
Oh yeah, but maybe he's due a start if he's played good today. But I think Salah scoring 2 goals is a good thing. He's made goal scorers.
That's surely helps his confidence. Firmino, I don't think was okay. There was a ball in the box. I can't remember when he could have shot, and he just fucking made a hames of it again.
Who was that?
His touch first. It was the second goal, wasn't it? When he played it to the side. Yeah, when Millie touched and then Salah touched in. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was look. He played some nice stuff, but again, he wasn't. I don't think he was great. Look. I was hoping for the win for a fucking conference.
Yeah, I know you don't think much of the FA Cup. I know. I don't know because it's United. That's why you didn't want to lose. I mean, if you were playing West Ham and you lost, you probably wouldn't have cared so much. So, yeah, it's unfortunate you lost against United. But your next league game is Spurs, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, big game. This is the one that you're really going to focus on. What do you hope?
It's probably going to be a similar setup for Spurs for what United did today.
But do you think Liverpool will play with a... Like I think against Spurs, Mane, Salah, and Firmino, all 3 will start. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll start all 3. I'd imagine if Hendo's back, it'd be Hendo, Gini, and Thiago, and then
in the middle.
Forward. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you think he'll stick with the centre half pairing he had today?
No, he'll play Matip. Matip will definitely be fit.
Matip and
Fabinho.
So Fabinho will just continue to play centre half. All right.
Yeah. I thought Alexander was really poor again today now.
Yeah, Rashford seemed to get a fair bit of space behind them, and in fairness,
and that didn't help the kid's confidence. Actually, in fairness,
no, because who was the centre half? His name is it Ross or what's his name?
Reece Williams.
Reece. I saw Rashford come up against Reece a couple of times where he touched the ball over him when he slided in, or he beat him by just touching it inside him. And I
Like
was
both
wondering,
low.
yeah, but I was wondering, how is Rashford on the centre half already when he hasn't beaten Trent to get there? And I guess it must be because Trent is getting caught out of position an awful lot.
Most of them were like most of the times he was actually cut out. It was just a long diagonal ball from United.
That's what I mean. But it's like Rashford was always the wrong side of Trent, nearly in most of our attacks.
He probably just gambled, John. Like
yeah,
you had Greenwood did a lot of chasing back in the first. That didn't do an awful lot. Okay, he got his goal, but
he got his goal. He made a poor decision. I was going on a nut one because he was true on goal, and I thought he had 3 or 4 opportunities to put the ball backwards into.
That was the actual one time that Williams actually got himself into a nice position by jockeying off.
Yeah, but he could put it into Van der Beek's path, and then Greenwood was greedy and he went and he shot, but maybe Williams blocked the option.
He did. He definitely cut it off. Because Robbo just sort of stood him up as long as he could. And then you'll see, if you watch the replay, Williams actually drops about 2 yards deep to anticipate the ball coming across.
Yeah. No, it was good. So you're hoping, right, what does your heart say against the Spurs game, and then what does your head say?
I
don't give me the same answer.
No, I think if it's the team I called out, if it's Alisson in goal, Robbo, Alexander, Matip, Fabinho, Henderson in midfield with Thiago, Wijnaldum, and the 3 boys up front, I think we'll beat Spurs.
Yeah?
I think we'll beat them. I think we'll start going again. I think Klopp will say, look, you did some good stuff there. Huh?
That could be the thing that gets you going.
Yeah, I think it will. I think that, I just think, look, Spurs will play like Newcastle, like West Brom did, except to be technically 10 times better than them.
Especially on the break. Yeah, you got Kane and Son.
Yeah, they'll sit deep. They'll go for this low block that Mourinho loves to talk about when he plays Liverpool. That's what he'll do.
Like, the problem is Newcastle, Burnley, they like the low block, and like you said, they don't have the attacking nuances that Spurs have. The problem with Spurs is they've got good attacking players, but ultimately they're like your worst possible opposition because
I think
to sit back.
Yeah, I think Alderweireld is out as well. I think so now. I'm not 100% certain, but like Spurs haven't been in great form either. So look,
no, it's just because Jose loves the team that sits back. He just loves to sit back, and that's your worst nightmare. Like that's just the.
No, but look, they'll get a bit of confidence from today, just getting a couple of goals, creating it. Like we actually created a few chances as well. There was a lovely ball. Actually, was it? No, I don't think it was Alexander.
Oh, no, it was a great save from Henderson on Salah's chance for a hat trick.
Was that the ball smashed across by Robbo? Was it?
It was no. I think it was through the lines. It was a very central ball in between Lindelof and Shaw for the second time, but in between them, straight to kind of Salah running onto it, and he touched it, and he had a tight enough angle, but luckily this time he went low instead of high, and Henderson got a foot on it. But it was a hat trick.
Yeah, no, look, they'll move on. They'll fucking regroup. Spurs play tomorrow. We'll have an extra day's rest. Now, I don't even know who Spurs are playing now, to be honest, tomorrow. But they're not going to be playing the caliber of opposition of United anyway. So, look,
we'll wait and see.
We have no excuses. Let's go in and start again.
Like the thing I like to say is like the two teams played, right? So from my point of view, I'm happy. From your point of view, But you can say, oh, well, the best team lost. I can say the best team won. But ultimately, the game was very 50-50. It was very close. And from my point of view, United have shown that going toe-to-toe, again, with a Liverpool team missing Van Dijk and Henderson, missing a couple of really big players, Gomez, whatever you want to talk about, Henderson.
They were missing their spine, John. Let's be honest.
Go ahead. We're equal to them, if not better than them, missing those players. Now, granted, those players will come back again. So United know what they need to do to offset that in the summer transfer window. Van Dijk comes back, Henderson's fit, that wasn't fit today. They're ultimately going to improve. United have to offset that improvement next season because you've lost that. You've lost Van Dijk for pretty much the whole year. Maybe he's back in February or March, but you've lost it for a majority of the season. United need to offset that in the summer. But for now, with the teams that are available, United showed they're either equal to or better than. And therefore, that should give them some confidence because last year they were 6 points behind.
Really though, you don't want to be comparing yourself. Okay, I know Mane was only rested, right? But if you break it down, like Liverpool, so you had Mane, you had Henderson, and you had your two centre halves. You can argue Jota they were playing a 4. They'll probably never play the 4 again, but in a couple of games they probably will. But it's nearly Liverpool at 50-60%. You're equal or better. You don't really come on. You don't really want to be.
That's fair. Mane out. That's fair. Henderson, Jota, I don't mind because you didn't have Jota last season, so it's not like you're missing him. I know you're missing him this year, but you're not missing him from last season. Now, Van Dijk, huge miss. But I would say we're better. We're at 70%. So what I'm saying is when Van Dijk comes back and Henderson's fit, and Jota's fit, United can see, right, we're better than them when they don't have those players. But when those players come back, we know we need to offset that somehow, whether it's buying a centre half or maybe, and I think, a defensive midfielder or an attacking right winger, all positions where weakish in, then we can bring ourselves, level when all is said and done. And rather than, we're as good or better than Liverpool with the injuries they're currently dealing with.
Oh, look, it's all hearsay, really, isn't it?
Oh, it's huge hearsay. Because I think last year, you were 23 or 26 points ahead of us when Bruno joined. And then between him joining and the end of the season, I know you tailed off because he's already won the league in February.
He went on a fucking party after the Chelsea.
Yeah, he went on a party. But when Bruno signed, we only, I think, lost 3 points to you boys. We were already 26 behind. I think we ended up losing by 29 or 31 or whatever it was to you. But from the second half of the season to the end, we were only 4 or so points behind you. Whereas for the first half of the season, we were 26 points behind. So we'd already closed the gap somewhat. And artificially, because like you said, you trailed off. You'd already won the league. But this season, the gap is closed somewhat because of your injury. We just need to keep that going. And, if United can win the league this year, that's a huge step. I don't even expect us to win the league. I expect City to win the league. I actually expect Liverpool to overtake us at some stage.
Okay.
I'm honestly just glad we're competing. I don't expect a league win from Ole until at least season 3 or 4 from him.
Yeah, look, I don't really blame. Injuries, the impact is that's obvious, and goals today.
Huge though. Injuries are injuries. You lose Salah, it's okay.
But,
it's like if we lost Bruno for 8 months, we'd probably be in a bit of trouble.
But I've said this all along, right? So the first 4 years that Klopp has been there, he's been Mr. Positive. This year, I tell you, when a manager starts complaining and starts giving out, that negativity rubs off on players. I don't care what anyone says.
You wouldn't believe this, but my wife, Sinead, right? She's sitting on the chair while I'm looking at Sky News. And she's like, what's he bitching about? And she doesn't know football. And she's like, is he not always smiling and happy? He's just going mental on the TV. He's so angry. Why is he so angry? And she knows nothing about football. And she is seeing that.
So if you look at last year, I don't know. I think we're second this year coming from losing positions to United. But even last year, because of Klopp projecting this positivity, the lads were always happy. So therefore, if they went the goal down, listen, we're still good enough. Everything's positive. When a manager's out in the background, and listen, I love Klopp and I want them there till his contract ends, regardless of what happens. When you start bitching about injuries, and I know he's trying to talk about player welfare because we've had these injuries, But when something goes against you, that negativity just kicks into your mind.
Yeah.
And that's reflective of Liverpool's performances as well. It's not Liverpool lose a goal and they're like, oh, for fuck's sake, it happened again. And that just...
No, it was a spiral. I think the reason United became so bad under Jose was because from the summer, before the league even kicked off, he was in the press with massive negativity about his defence. He wanted new centre-halves, but even though he bought the two centre-halves we had, he started negative. He went on through the season negative and ultimately got sacked for it. Now, obviously, Klopp is in nowhere in that vicinity at all. He's nowhere near that. But when my wife is looking at Sky News, which she hates to do, and she's like, why is he so angry all of a sudden? Why is he so angry? He just looks negative. You're right. You're exactly right. It does rub off on the players. They get a victim mentality. Things are going against them. It's not positive. And that's the one compliment I give to Ole. You know, people talk about PE teacher. I'm not saying Ole will set the world alight and win leagues. If Ole won a league and another league in his time, I would love him to be our manager for the next 25 years. It would be amazing. But that's the dream. In reality, he might not ever win a league. And that's okay. But what I think he's done really, really well is when United went through bad patches, he never put players in a negative situation. He never called them out like Jose did in the media. He never screamed and bollocked about nonsense. You know, oh, the wind was too high, or the grass was too long, or the pitch was too wet, or something else. He never went negative. He always just said it as it was. Look, not a great performance. We're going to work on this. We're going to work on that, and we'll be back. And that's the one thing I like about Ole is that he might scream at the players behind the scenes, but in front of the camera, he never really goes negative.
Yeah, no, look, I just obviously I'm fucking disappointed, but look, I think Liverpool will be back. Klopp will get the lads going again. He just needs to say, look, project positive things again, and that will kick into that squad. Yeah. I know he used that whole mentality monsters, but he has to project it first. If he projects it, the lads will feel it. Yeah.
And like I said in our pre-game video, which by the way, if you're watching this, please click like, click subscribe, and watch the pre-game interview. But like I said in that pre-game interview itself with you and Paddy and Deco, the thing about Liverpool is that they are only 6 points. Is it 6 points? I think they're only 6 points off United. Right, so
there's 7 off City when
there's nothing in it. Like City Spurs could win their game in hand. Everton could win one of their 2 games in hand, and Liverpool will find themselves in 6th. They're still only 6 points away from United, and they still have to play each other in May.
All the top teams still have to play each other. So
that's what I mean. Like they still play each other in May of all time. So as long as there's only 6 or 3 points in it, like no team within the top 4 is out of contention. So all Klopp has to do is just take a step back, look at his attitude, and bring a feel-good factor back to the players maybe.
Yeah, well, as I said, that's where I think it stems from. So once if they can get the harmony back, get the positivity, I think it'll flow again.
Cool. Look, Steve, thanks for joining. I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah,
really appreciate you joining, especially for the game video. I'm going to have you on again. I know we're not playing you till May, but if you're free another weekend and you're happy to talk about United versus whomever, and you can give us some insight maybe into the team that they're playing, that'd be awesome. But look, thanks a lot. Really appreciate you coming on, especially since you lost, right? But I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Look, listen, I'd come on regardless if you give it, you take it.
Thanks. But listen, Paddy owes me 50 quid. You heard it.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Talk to you later. Thank you.
Everybody have left the group, and anyway, go on. Good luck. Bye.